welcome to Zocalo. This is the historical center of Mexico City. Kind of gonna do this solo. It's very empty right now. I was expecting more of a crowd considering how much traffic there was on the metro. I think that was just rush hour traffic. But nevertheless, I was debating whether to take a tour on this or whether just to try to explore this on my own. So I don't know, I think I can do it on my own. So let's take it from here. So welcome to Mexico City. So that was obviously National Cathedral. They asked no videos taken inside, just I could take photos, so that's what I did. I respect that. One other place I want to see, I'm not sure if I have a ticket for this, in connection to this cathedral. So one of the things that I've seen that looks interesting is that around the corner here was the main Aztec, I know that's not the correct word, I've already forgotten what the correct word was that I learned yesterday. Mayacan? Don't remember. But the Aztec Temple. And when the Spaniards conquered this area, they dismantled the Aztec Temple and used the materials to build this cathedral. All right, so it was, you did have to buy a ticket. So it was 100 pesos. And just overheard one of the guides speaking in German, but I heard the word that I was looking for earlier, which was mexicas, which is the correct term for the Aztecs. So this is really cool. So this brick section obviously is not part of the temple. This is part of a water drainage system built in 1900, and they cut through this temple in order to build this. All right, so back in Zocalo, that was kind of interesting. Now I'm going to make my way to the Palacio de Artistas. It's a pretty cool viewpoint that I'm going to check out, and also a post office. This must be pretty cool. All right, so walking down the Cinco de Mayo Avenue, away from Zocalo, and initial impressions. I mean, I know it's early, it's not very crowded. I did notice a lot of police in the area, which I guess is good, but also can maybe an indicator of pickpockets and stuff like that that occurs here in this touristy area. But yeah, all my concerns so far, as far as safety, unwarranted. I'm thoroughly enjoying this city, and kind of bummed this is my last day. So in the 90s, I remember someone telling me that Telmex would be a good stock to purchase at don't think I ever did. I'm really curious if that would have been a good decision or not. So that's the Palacio de Bella Artes. And from what I've seen online, the best place to see this is not to go inside, but to go into Sears. So, a couple thoughts. I think I could safely say that was the first time I've stepped into a Sears this century. I would highly recommend going there when you're in Mexico City. I'll leave the name of the restaurant below. I can't recall it off the top of my head. I had a molete, which was like toasted bread with refried beans and cheese, lots of cheese. And the salsa was fantastic. I just now am regaining sensations in my lips. So it was just perfect. All of that was 200 pesos, which I think is like $9.80. That included the tip. One of the things I wanted to say also about the tipping culture here, when you're given the option, like in the United States, it's like 15, 20, 25. Here it's 5, 10, 15. And so I've left 15% tips, and it seems like that's the gracious tip. And then 15% in the United States now seems like it's an insult. Another suggestion if you're coming to Mexico City is I think you should have a basic understanding of Spanish, because the default language here is obviously Spanish, but you know, like in other countries, like when I was in the Netherlands, people just approached me speaking English, realizing that I was English, and here that's not the case. They're going to talk to you in Spanish, and which I like because it helps me practice my Spanish, which obviously I need to do. But I think that would be very helpful just to at least have an elementary knowledge of Spanish when you're in Mexico City. All right, so I'm heading to the post office, which I've seen as a sight to see. I just walked in, and apparently I just went to the post office side, because when I was walking in, I was like, I don't know what's so impressive about this place. But it is kind of cool. I think this is the area now that you can go in. Okay, now I see what's going on. So you have to actually buy a stamp, which is what that line is for. And that'll serve as your ticket. But I don't think I really want to do that. And of course, in Mexico City, I found another park. This is Avenida Central, or Central. Just saw this when I was up at the restaurant on top of Sears. It's to the left of the Palacio de Bella Artes. Just kind of a cool little park. So I thought I'd check this out. And then I've got another area of town I wanted to check out. I don't really know what's going on, but there's a really large police presence here. I don't know if they're maybe just training, because nothing really seems to be going on. Welcome to Polanco. So this is just an area of town I wanted to explore. I have no game plan whatsoever. Supposedly be like the bougie area of town. I'm heading to a street that is known as the Champs-Élysées of Mexico City, so we'll see what that's all about. So far I've struck out on finding shopping, but guess what I did find? A park. So the name of that park was Parque America. I think I'm just gonna try and walk south, like just toward Roma Norte and La Condesa. Got a plan to go back. I'm either gonna get on one of those bicycles or just hop on the metro again. And here we have found another one of these walkways in between the streets that I just have grown to love in La Condesa. And here it is again in Polanco. All right, so I found the bikes, so we're gonna give this a go. All right, here we go, I did it. So this is kind of cool and much better than walking. So I've already made it back to the Chapultepec Park that was at on Sunday. Gonna hop on Avenue de Reforma. This is kind of cool. The only complaint I have is, unlike like Lime scooters that I've rented in the States, there's no place to hold your phone. So it's kind of hard to like have the map app going, tell me where I'm going, and navigate this thing at the same time. So I'm trying to do my best, but yeah, this is cool. All right, so here on Avenue de Reforma, I wanted to point out, so the center area is now full of traffic. So apparently just on Sundays that they cut that portion of the road off to vehicular traffic. It's just open for bikes and pedestrians and such, so kind of cool. But no, very busy right here. So I'm gonna put the phone down for a while and get into the neighborhood. And back at the hotel. It was about a 20-minute ride, and I rented a bike using an app called EcoBC. It was 122 pesos, which is around $6. I thought it was pretty worthwhile. It's a little bit more expensive than the 25-cent metro, but nevertheless, if you saw the traffic, it's one of the reasons why I'm not taking an Uber around here, because I just had heard Mexico City traffic was awful, very similar to Atlanta. So I'm gonna take a little break at the hotel and then head back out in a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna try and take some of my own advice, which is going to a place where I see a long line. And when I was driving in with the bicycle, right next to my little taco naco place, I saw a stand that had a line. So I'm gonna give it a shot. It's gonna be interesting because I don't see a menu. Okay, maybe that's not what I thought it was. It looks like everybody's just buying tortillas to take home and make their own stuff, which is a great idea. But that's not something I'm gonna be doing right now. All right, so I did end up taking my advice. Dio Ramen was a place Saturday night that I saw that had a huge line outside in front of it. And I have never eaten ramen that did not come from a grocery store. I went to a place that had a line outside, and also I ate something that I had not eaten before. And Mexico City is not just for Mexican food. It has all kinds of great cuisine here. All right, I am full from that ramen, but there's one more place I want to try and burn some pesos. I'm gonna devour this. All right, so I'm gonna call it a day. Ending the trip just as it began with a walk through Parque Mexico. And feeling a little sad that I couldn't spend more time here. But I do look forward to returning. So, tomorrow's a travel day. Hope you'll join me then. That'll be in the next video. Looking forward to flying my first business class. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Please subscribe and also like the video. Thank you. All right, so I've already made it back to the Chapultepec